the Digitech Element XP. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough and just show you how all the little buttons work. And not really a demonstration, like not shredding or doing anything crazy like that. I'll play a little bit just to kind of show you how the sound changes, but mostly it's just going to be about the functionality of it and how the functionality works. So first of all, it comes in this pretty box, which is kind of nice. It tells you a little bit about it on the back. But what I'm going to do is also show you. It comes with the pedal and a power adapter and paperwork, and that's it. And this is the power adapter that it comes with. It's a Harman power supply, 100 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, output 9 volts, 1.3 amps. What you need to power the pedal is 300 milliamps. So if you're using a power supply, make sure that it has a 9 volt output that puts out 300 milliamps, or else your pedal's not going to get enough power and it's going to not function correctly or screw up the pedal. So make sure if you're using a power supply, 300 milliamps, 9 volt. I just wanted to spend a little time showing you how it works, how simple it is to use all the effects. It can do 9 at a time. And that's kind of stretching it because it counts the volume pedal as one and it counts the expression pedal as another one, so really kind of like 7 at a time. And an amp simulation is included in those 9 as well, so I can't math right now. Really, you're getting like 6 different pedals that you can use simultaneously as far as like effects go. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to mix up with those presets, get them all set up the way you want, and get up and running on this thing. Okay, so here's the pedal itself. Here's what we're working with. It's a soft plastic casing, which is, I was expecting plastic, but I wasn't expecting it to be this plastic. It's really going to be prone to scratching. I can tell this thing's going to be scratched up like crazy here pretty soon. And it just doesn't feel that sturdy. The frame around the sides and stuff is metal. The pedal doesn't have a lot of travel, but it has enough to get some expression out. I'd say it's worth the extra 20 bucks to go with this model for the expression pedal for sure. I think it's $79 for the pedal that looks like that, and $99 for the pedal that looks like that. So the expression pedal's pretty good, not as much travel as I had hoped, but it's enough to get the job done for sure, using it as a volume or wah, or to adjust any of these effects. These are all the effects right here. It kind of simulates a pedal chain. Shows you how they would be hooked up in real life. You can go to different presets using this knob, or you can use the foot switches. And you can hold down the switch to pan through them really quick. And I'm gonna go to 1 and start out there. So there's 1. And let's see what 1 sounds like. Well, let me plug my guitar in, that would help. That's got a weird kind of funky effect to it that I put on there. Let's see about this one. So there's a kind of an overdriven effect, and where I got that from was the amp simulator, which is this box right here. So the ones that are lit up are showing you which pedals are being used for this preset. So this one's using an amp and a gate and a delay and the expression pedal. And what the expression pedal is doing is just volume. So that's kind of a cheat. But anyway, let's say I want short delay that's on there. I want to take that off so that it's not on preset 2 anymore. So I'll go to my edit buttons, which they just give you a left and a right. And I'll just go right. You can go either way, but I'll just start out going right. I'll go to delay. Then you cycle through your delays with the knob. I'll just go all the way to the left where it's off. And then hit either stomp pedal to go back to the sound. So now, no delay. And the little delay box is not lit up anymore. Now this is only temporary. If I leave, if I go back to preset 1 and then back to 2 again, it's going to be back on. So if I want to save this effect and I want it to always be delayless when I go back to it, you want to hit store and it starts blinking, and then hit store again and it says SD, which I assume means saved. So let's get that reverb back. So I just cycle over with edit. Got analog delays, digital delays. I think that's a plate. And I don't know what that is. But so you've got 4 different types of delay and 9 different variations of each one. So let's go with analog 5. That's nice and short. And we crank it up to analog 9. And the trail is a little bit longer, as you can hear. So let's hit store. So now preset 2 is always going to have a nice long delay. Any of these effects, whether it's the comp, the amp, the EQ, the gate, the mod, the delay, the reverb, whatever, can all be controlled that same exact way. And they all have several different variations, different boxes for each effect. The main one being the amp and distortion. There's like 50 different ones on there, not literally, but there's a lot that you have to scroll through on there. So that kind of gets a little bit tedious, but you know, oh well. $100, only so few buttons that you can work with. Also, for each preset, you've got your drummer. So that's cool. And we get to the drum, we get to edit the drums the same way that we edit the pedals. We just hit the edit buttons and we scroll to where the light lights up down there, where the drums are. See, now the light's down here. And we can control the pattern, the tempo, and the level. So the level being the volume, tempo obviously being the tempo, and the pattern being which beat he's playing for this preset. So let's change it. Let's turn it on where we can hear it. Let's change it to 12. That's neat. I like that. So let's go back to our preset 2, and you've got preset level, which is how much. Let's take it to. How much of that preset is on there is actually affecting the signal. So I'm going to take it back down to 30. There we go. And then the master level, which is overall loudness. Is going to go up. So that was on 20. I'm going to go back to 20. If something's been changed, the store button is lit up. And it's just kind of there to remind you, hey, you need to save this if you want to save it. So that will remain lit up even when you're not in edit mode to remind you that you haven't saved it. So the stomp pedals are going to cycle you through your different presets. Press them both together, and the whole pedal is bypassed. It says BYP for bypass. Press them together and hold them, and it goes into the tuner mode, which it uses these lights to tell you where you are, this being the center, and it lights up green. And I'm not going to go too far into that, just tap those two together and it kicks you out of tuner mode. It goes all the way to 99, or actually 100, because it's got 3 digits there. 100, and then it goes into F 1 through 100, which I think are the exact same as 1 through 100, except you can leave them there. I personally just mess with 1 through 100, and that's it. So I take the presets they gave me, change them to make them how I want them, or just leave them. And if there's like some that I really don't like they're too distorted or fuzzy for me and I don't even want to mess with them at all, I'll just go in and edit that particular sound, go to the amp, and just cycle it all the way to off so that it's less offensive. Not to say distortion's always offensive, there's a time and place for everything, but for me, my music, I'm mostly modulation and maybe a little overdrive sometimes. So I went through and found all the distorted channels and kind of just turned them into something that I would actually use. But see, I didn't save it. So now it's back on there. Gotta always remember to save your settings. Store. So let me wrap up here really quick. Edit buttons takes you into edit mode and cycles between your drums and all your pedals. Stomping takes you out of edit mode and back into your preset mode. You can go to different presets with the knob or by using the stomp pedals. and your expression pedal does whatever you tell it to do. So if you go to edit mode and go to expression, which is the very end here, you can tell it what you want it to affect. Reverb length, the delay feedback, delay length, gain, or the preset level, or just turn it off. And when it's in off, I think it just does volume. Let's see. Oh no, when it's off, it does nothing. Okay, so good to know. You can turn the expression pedal completely off if you want to, so you don't have to worry about it being in a certain position. So anyway, let me pry this thing off here really quick. I want to show you the ports that it's got. So it's got your input, and it's got your auxiliary in if you want to plug your phone or your iPod or media player in there and play some tunes through your headphones or through your amp. You can plug in right there. And there's your output and headphone jack. And it says right here 9 volt, 300 milliamps, just like I said earlier. So make sure that's the power that you're getting out of your power supply. By the way, on power supplies, this one I just picked up from Donner at the same time as this expression pedal, and it's pretty killer. I'll probably do a separate video on that, but it's like 50 bucks, and it's got 6 regular 9 volt outs, which I think are 100 milliamps each, and then you've got channel 7 and 8, which are 9 volt, and they're 500 milliamps each. 12 volt and 18 volt, each with 500 milliamps to use. So this is a killer deal for like 50 bucks. This is the only one I found that would accommodate my whole pedal setup without breaking the bank. I'll probably do a separate video on that, actually. So if you have any other questions, hit me up in the comments. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I will answer you in the comments, or you can send me a message or whatever you do on YouTube. I'm pretty new at this. So if you want to see more of stuff like this, subscribe, like, whatever it is we do. And I'm Ryan K of Ryan K Creates, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do a video every weekday, Monday through Friday. I'm going to take Saturday and Sunday off probably most of the time unless there's something really pressing that I need to do. So anyways, hit me up if you have any questions down in the comments, and any feedback on this video you guys have. I really want to hear that to know what I could be doing better to make my videos better. Like, do I need a backdrop? Do I need to shoot somewhere else? Do I need an actual camera instead of just an iPhone? You know, stuff like that. I've got mics for days, but don't really know how to use them. I'm really new to video editing. I don't really know how to use them for video, to record video. So maybe hit me up in the comments and let me know how to do that, or how you guys do it. What method have you found to record audio with your microphones? And what software do you use? Do you use Audacity, or do you use a full-blown DAW? Whatever. Going on too long. I'll see you guys in the next one.